Hi guys, welcome to your writing lesson for today. Today you're going to need your handwriting book. It's going to be the first day that we take a look at that and do a little bit of writing in there. When you open your book, there's a place to put your name. I'm going to do a few things in here during this lesson. I'm going to use a marker just so that everything shows up a little bit bigger and darker for you during the lesson, but you guys should definitely use pencil, okay? All right, so I wrote my name and I'm moving on. Yesterday, we talked a little bit with our social studies book about a table of contents. This book has one as well. So the table of contents is here, so that if you're ever wanting to practice a specific letter, you can look it up. Let's say I wanted to look up how to write letter D. I really need to work on my D's. So I can find it, letter D, and follow with my finger and see that it's on page 14, okay? This book starts out with manuscript, which means you're just printing your letters. And then eventually, once you get to Unit 3, I can tell by looking at the table of contents, you're going to move into some cursive stuff. And I bet some of you guys are really anxious to learn how to do that. So that'll be something fun for you guys to work on this year. Okay, I'm going to move on. I usually just kind of skip over a few of these things. I should maybe mention a few things to you guys today, though. So you'll notice that when you're using your book, they'll show you a lot of times how to make your letters and where to stop the lines and start the lines. You're going to see letters that are written in dark, like black ink, and then you see some pink or red arrows. And those arrows are there to show you where to start and where to stop your pencil. So for instance, this A right here, I see 3 arrows and they're numbered. And this one's going down, it's number 1, down number 2, and over to the right, number 3. So it's going to show you where to start your pencil and where to stop it and what order to go in, okay? So that's kind of nice that that's there for you guys if you're ever trying a new letter that you've never tried before. I think we've all probably written all of our letters, but especially when you get to cursive, it's nice to have that guide. A lot of times what we do is this. We circle the best letter on the line. So this is a really good chance for you guys when you're working to stop and really focus on which ones you think are the best and make sure you're doing your very best work. So I'll be asking you guys to do that as well. All right, when you turn to pages 2 and 3, you're going to see 2 different poems here. And the idea is that you are going to write this poem on these lines, and you're going to write this poem on these lines, okay? For this page, the name of the poem is called City, and then this poem is 4 lines long. They give you a small section right here for City, and then there's 4 more lines. So your lines, you don't have to do this on your paper, but I'm just trying to show you. The place where you're writing is in between the blue and the red lines. So I'm kind of closing my ends just so that I can see where I'm supposed to start and stop, okay? So your top section is your blue, and then your bottom line is your red, and then you have a dotted line down the middle of the road here to figure out where you're supposed to put your letters. Okay, so then you would just write the poem here on this page, and you do the same thing over here. Okay, that's what I would like you guys to complete today, is to write these 2 poems and just see how you do, okay? When you get finished with that, some of you guys I know probably love handwriting and you want to keep going, and I don't mind if you keep going. I think that with handwriting, normally in class, what happens is we all kind of want to try different things at different times, and we end up all on different pages. So if you decide you want to do these 2 pages and then you're like, that wasn't enough, I want to do some more, it's okay with me if you keep going. This page just gives you some tips on how to sit, so how to hold your pencil. You might even want to show somebody at home how you're holding your pencil and see if they think it looks good. Or if you ever want to show me how you're holding your pencil, I'm happy to look with you guys. Because some people hold their pencils real funky and it works for them. But eventually when you start doing cursive, it might be better to hold your pencil kind of like this, okay? Some people do stuff like this or like this. I'm not even sure how they do that. Some of you, yeah, maybe you guys have got it down, but try to hold it so that your thumb is here and then your pointer finger is making a little bit of a triangle, okay? So I was flipping past this page just to show you, the next couple pages. I mentioned I want you to write those 2 poem pages, but then here comes the next page. So if you feel like you're into it and you want to keep going, that's okay with me. I wouldn't do a zillion pages all in one day though. Let's not fill up our book all in one day. So maybe just do a couple more pages if you're feeling into it, okay? All right, so just to recap, you're gonna try to hold your pencil like this with your thumb here and then your finger bent kind of into a triangle. And have somebody at home take a look at how you're holding it. You are going to put your name on the first page so that when we go back to school, we know which book is yours. You are going to flip a few pages to the poems, and you're going to write out these 2 poems in your very best handwriting. And then you can keep going if you want to do a few more pages. And that's it for writing today. Now, if you get through that pretty quickly and you're like, oh, I wanted to write a story, I'm going to give you an option for that. You can either do just some free writing where you write whatever you please. If you have a story you've been wanting to write, just go for that. Or I sometimes use this book. It's called Silly Starters, and we just do a little flipping and it comes up with a funny topic for us. So write a silly story about a car that smells like feet. That sounds like my car right now because I left my sunroof open. Okay, but we'll come up with another one here. How about, let's see. I kind of like the silly story at the top. If you like that one, you could go for it. Write a silly story about a backpack. Oh, that is always sad. So I'll leave this here for you guys in case you want to try that one. So it's just an option. So really your homework for writing today is just to do those 2 poem pages in your handwriting book. But if you want to do more, you can do a few extra pages in your handwriting book, or you could use our prompt here. Write a silly story about a backpack that's always sad. All right, I hope that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.